Welcome. We are on a camp, catch and cook overnight trip, and I'm here with my good friend John. We're going to be backpacking for wild trout, and we're so happy to have you along.
Fire pit, flat places, sound of the river. Good place to set camp, huh?
I think so. This is the end of our first day, and we are going to be doing a 10-day adventure. So we are excited. It's going to be doing a lot of fishing, a lot of camping. Good night.
Good night. I got some bacon jerky. Bacon is a reason to get up in the morning.
Beautiful little brown. Beautiful red dots on it. Beautiful. Nice brown. It's got this rainbow. Fillet it. Very nice fillet.
We're gonna do some good cooking tonight.
What we're gonna do is have fish and chips. For our chips, we have baby red potatoes.
Dave caught our fish for this evening. We're gonna dredge them in a Cajun and also a smoky paprika. Ooh, I'm excited already. And then we can get to getting our oil hot, which will of course then lead to eating. This is smoky paprika. Put it in there easy. Those look so good. Woo! I opened the bag of Cajun and boy, can you smell it. You see that breaded really nice there. And it's too bad you can't smell it because it definitely has a different smell. Just, you know, put a little salt on there. Now I'm going to drop in some chips. And I imagine you could probably put about one of these potatoes in there at a time. Give them a little stir just so they don't stick together. Nice and pretty. Another one. Well, this looks good. Some Cajun, paprika.
I'm gonna try a chip first.
Pretty good, Dave.
Yum, yum.
I think the darker ones are probably more the paprika. Your mountain fish sticks. You keep cooking them, I'll keep eating them. Oh my gosh, so pink and so good.
Smoked paprika is
there
excellent.
it is.
Is that our ends? Wow.
Zingy. This is living, Dave. This is a blueberry crumble that's made with oatmeal and cinnamon and sugar. 2 really good servings of this is about 2 cups of blueberries. I've reconstituted the berries. And this is brown sugar, a little bit of salt, and flour. Put that in there. When it gets to that stage where it's mostly berries and not much juice, then you shut it off. Divvy it up between us, and then we take the streusel and crown it. There's your blueberry crumble.
What a treat.
Tastes like all those good things like grandma and Christmas. Dang, Dave, that's excellent.
It is. My gums are blue. Your teeth are blue.
Probably could have made a little less.
No, you couldn't.
We had a capital meal this evening.
We did a lot of fishing.
We did. You don't realize how far you've gone. Stop to fish, and then you walk up the side of the river for a while through all the brambles and the branches and stuff, and then you fish for a while and you walk for a while. Come to find out, we are 3 miles down the river.
So we were exhausted when we got back.
We were. I took a little nap because this guy wore me out, but you continued.
Yeah, I went fishing some more and I caught 3 brown, 2 bows. We just kept a couple.
No, and I didn't catch anything today.
Exploring more in the woods, see if we can find a new camping site.
I'm excited to cross water today. New adventures for me.
looks a little slopey, but there looks like a flat spot up there. And
pretty flat, but when I laid out my ground cloth and laid down on top of it, my feet were just a little low, so I took some of the dirt from here and just moved it down to here. But now I think I'm ready to pitch tent. We're gonna see if this actually works. Na 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 na. Whoa, whoa!
how was the hike?
It was not bad, you know. I didn't have to do the extra hiking that you had to do today.
Yeah, I did an extra 1.6 miles. I hung my GPS unit on a branch and I left it. Good thing I wasn't all the way here.
No, we weren't all the way here, but we went back again.
Yeah, but that gave me an opportunity to relax.
And just be really, truly by myself for a little while, which is interesting.
Well, that's going to be it. Good night.
Good night.
I'm going to do a lot of filming of John fishing, and he is responsible catching our dinner.
That's too much responsibility.
Did you have one?
I did, and I think I said it right. It just didn't quite have enough bite on it. My first Apache rainbow hybrid. You can tell because it has the rainbow stripe and there are ovals along it. Look how pretty. This is dinner. And there's his worm that I fed him. I actually fed him two. He was stupid enough to strike twice. This is why I'm here. I am so high. My heart's pounding. I know I've caught fish before, but this is different. We worked our way down this river. We hit hole after hole. Didn't find anything. Dang. We didn't catch much fish, so we dredged the two fillets we have in a little Cajun. We're just gonna fry them up in a little bit of ghee. One Apache trout fillet. Two fillet. Sizzling just right.
Those look good, John.
They do. There'll be a nice little tidbit to assuage our fishless sorrow. Here's a flip. They do look good. I'm thinking they're done.
There it is. Absolutely gorgeous.
Oh. Smashing.
Like an hors d'oeuvre.
I could eat about 17 more of those.
That's the fish fry for tonight.
And now I get my starchy consolation prize. I think we'll have an ice cream sandwich.
Well, we could have that dark chocolate cheesecake.
We could. Maybe that would take the sting out of our bad fishing day. So I cast out in this fairly deep, calm water just ahead of the beaver dam. And as I pull back, I'm thinking that there is a big brown coming out from underneath one of the overhangs. I'm looking at it and it's not computing what it is. Giant fish. It is a giant fat. It looks like a flounder. I'm thinking, a flounder? Crazy. Dave says, it's a beaver. Then it all clicked. Tail, there it is. And he took off and he was shiny. He glittered in the sun. It was golden. It was almost like he was a magic beaver. He did make a nice pond.
We don't have enough food to sustain us for 10 days.
If we're not catching fish soon, we're gonna have to cut our stay short, and nobody wants that.
Right. All we have is a family of 12 condors.
Soaring and patrolling the skies, I started calling them the National Forest Air Force. Just keeping an eye on us all. And of course we would have to keep moving, just so they knew we were alive.
halfway point of our adventure in the wild.
It started raining probably about 1 o'clock this morning, and it rained pretty much until 10. Stopped for a little while so we could have some coffee, and it started up again. Had to go back in our tents, wait it out. So by about 1 o'clock we were able to start breaking camp. Well, that was thrilling. That went almost up to my scrot. That was pretty treacherous, pretty slippery. I think I'm done crossing rivers for the day.
Bear scat, very, very old. We'll be putting our food up in the tree. Hey John, where would you put your tent? Here. That looks like a good spot. And right here for me. Storming outside. John's in his tent and he's already fixed his dinners. I'm gonna fix my dinner. We'll just do it right here in the vestibule. So it's boiling. There it is. Had it in my towel to keep it warm. These take a long time to process. It's really good. 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do a square knot here, and then I'll run the rope up the tree through there. The sun's just 10 minutes away from going behind the mountain. Any highlights of the day for you?
Well, almost taking a dunk in the river. I fell forward and caught myself before my pack went under. I was distracted by a fish. You know, that's what I do. We saw was that
there goes
the sun.
Yeah,
there it went. Does that fast.
As we spoke. Okay, anything else?
Yes, just good night.
Today is a fishing day and an eating fish day, period.
Got a smallmouth bass. About 3/4 of a pound. Caught it on a spinner with a red attractor. It's fat. See how fat it is? It's going to be delicious. There we go.
Got this beautiful brown right here. Look at those red dots. Wow.
Well, I am sick of catching you. You're the only fish I've caught in the last hour, and I've caught you 3 times. Go about your business.
Panther martin. Yeah, this hole here. Beautiful fish.
Well, we got enough to eat.
Yeah, barely.
Just enough.
John and I have kind of created a little bit of a tradition. So when we get back from fishing, we always create a beverage. We're calling this our first course to an average day of fishing.
But a good day outside.
It's the spot. John's got peas, I have carrots.
Those are definitely hot. What are we eating?
Peas and carrots. Oh, okay, Joey.
All right, there you go. Second course. Vegetables.
What a treat. I packed these around for 5 days.
Ah, mucho apreciado. Tonight we're gonna cook with smoky paprika dredge and Dave's special Louisiana New Orleans style fish fry and Cajun choice blackened seasoning. Our fat is warm enough. Yeah, I'm starting to do that little dance it does. And we're gonna start off with the Louisiana first.
A little southern deep fry.
We'll salt this side with the smoky paprika. Through the magic of the lens, they're done just like that. Bada boom. That's a big one. And that, oh, Dave, that, oh, look at that. Which ones are we salting, do we know? Ta-da! Oh.
That's delicious.
Let's just keep them coming.
Smallmouth next.
Yep. I think it's one of the best. This has that white fish texture to it. So it's flaky. A delicious bass. I'm happy. Let's make potatoes. Roasted garlic. Never really thought I'd like these, but these are excellent on the trail. Might I just once again reprise the whole notion that that fish was awesome? Look at that, it thickens right up. And then of course, we have to fatten it up. And yeah.
Bon appetit.
Cheers.
Course 4.
Course, wow. Wow, we're really doing it tonight. Oh yeah.
You made these good, John. Hey Santa Claus, what you got in that black bag?
Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. It's a space snack.
Freeze-dried ice cream sandwich.
I really dig these.
It's better than a malted milk ball because it's more vanilla.
Yeah. It tastes like ice cream without the ice.
This is course 5.
We are spoiled rotten.
We are. Thank you.
We have no compunction about eating it off the ground. The rules are different out here.
Well, John and I are on KP.
Where is the help when you need him?
Moon tonight is moving out of its new phase. It'll be fall in a few days, and it's beautiful tonight. And it's been nice to have the moon. It casts a glow over your fly, so it gives you just a little bit of light. And so if you need to do your business in the night, you really don't need to take your light.
Wow, 7 days, we've survived a week. It is so beautiful today. And the rain 2 days ago just knocked all the dust down, made everything pop with color. The flowers are all happy. Just a glorious day in the mountains.
Bear scat? Yeah, it's hard as a rock. That's old.
Well, that's comforting in a way.
We're taking a well-deserved break from our hiking.
It's been a rugged hike.
We saw a bighorn sheep.
It had been dispatched. It was nothing but bones. And that kill was just to the bone. The flies still had work to do, and like you said, I'm sure there'll be animals coming back to crack those bones open.
Pretty, Dave.
This is going to be our best place for camping. It was quite the day, even though we didn't fish.
You think about these traveling days where you move camp. They're the work days or whatever, and we did a lot of work today. We did a hump that I thought it wasn't like coming down into the thicket along the sides of the river, which is sometimes really difficult to work through. But it was still very uneven. It was not a very worked trail on a steep hillside, so a lot of ridge running. I saw some country today that was as beautiful as any country I've ever seen. And we stayed up on the side of the hill so we could look down into the river valley. And like I said earlier, that wonderful ridge that the river had cut. Just this almost architectural ridge that went for, what, 3/4 of a mile?
Yes.
Just
and thick
gorgeous.
forest.
Thick forest.
And then suddenly the thick forest stopped.
There's a little bald spot. It has to be where the wind comes through. I bet in the wintertime it just screams through that one little passage. Just stunning views.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be it for now. Good night.
Good night. We are going to be catching us some fish. That's what we're going to be doing, and then we're going to be eating them tonight. Really
and we're
excited.
going to get stuffed.
Yes. By the time we go to bed, we're like, oh, fish. And then we'll wake up in the morning and go, ooh, fish.
Beautiful brown. New development.
Dave was up ahead of me down in the thicket, and I looked up, and there was this little white wisp, this column of smoke. And I said, hey, Dave, we got to keep an eye on that today, just in case. And you said, well, it's probably a prescribed burn. Problem is, smoke followed us all the way up. We went up, what, 1.5 miles? And the smoke caught up to us there.
It gets so windy, and you get 20, 30 mile an hour winds. A fire can move 5 miles in an hour. And it's going to take us a good hour to pack up. No fire's going to wait for us that long.
No.
So we figure we'll just pack up and get out while we can.
Get the flock out of here while we can.
Yeah.
All of a sudden we're hearing helicopters, planes, there's a prop plane, and the sun has turned a remarkable shade of orange. If anything, it's smokier. So it's a good thing I think we're hightailing.
I mean, we could probably dodge it, but our cars couldn't.
Yeah.
We're at the trailhead. We're going to do a summary, but not here. We want to get out of this forest as quickly as we can.
Yeah.
It really got intense today.
It did get intense today.
We saw the origination smoke, maybe 1 mile from our camp.
Yeah. Yeah. And the smoke was sort of drifting our way then, but it was just this little white column of smoke. We went fishing, and when we go fishing, we kind of tune out everything.
To me, it was almost an instantaneous,
yeah.
We both saw it. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is serious.
We need to get back to camp.
The least favorite thing about this trip.
It was colder than I thought it was going to be. It was so cold last night.
It got down to right around 26 degrees.
Mm-hmm. Froze the water in the containers.
Yeah. My worst thing was the fact that we had a forest fire.
Yeah.
And it cut our trip short.
Cut our trip short. There was one little leg left of the river that we didn't get to.
Right. The river is gorgeous.
Yeah.
And the fishing holes, you're just like in ecstasy when you see them, and you're like, oh yes, we're gonna get one here. And you don't. The fish that we did catch, I thought we prepared them most excellent.
We had a gourmet trail meal 2 nights ago when we had the fish, and I went to bed rubbing my tummy thinking, why am I this full in the wilderness? Well, of course we heard the turkeys.
Yeah.
Giving themselves up. You'd think that would be an evolutionary issue with turkeys. Bang! In parts of the forest there's a certain melancholia. It's a scarred forest. It was scarred about 10 years ago and ravaged by fire, huge swaths of it. I came out into the forest in a very difficult time in my life. And it was one of the things that brought me around. It was soul cleansing to be out here. Many, many years ago, I married you to your wonderful, fabulous wife and our dear mutual friend.
Yes.
Who's been a friend of mine since I was 19 years old. We are unlikely friends, though, I think, in ways.
We are.
But this is... The forest brought us together.
Oh, yeah.
I am super proud of myself. Because this was not easy, and I crossed a lot of rivers.
Crossed the river 50 times?
Yeah, probably.
No, maybe more, 75.
Because we crossed all day fishing.
Yes.
I'm going to leave out of here with a really, really good feeling that I have accomplished something. And I did it here with my pal Dave.
Well, I want to thank John for coming along with me, and I want to thank you for coming along with us.
Very much.
So, until next time.